September 2025 in the year of our Lord. Another lovely Thursday. This is WestCoast Morning on WestCoast TV. In that pay singwa yaba junjun man kron Ghana ho. Ehwe ma fadia onye bibiara ntina ma fa mo ho da mi. Oya my brother Steven Entry. Dodo na friend grandpapa DJ Entry in there. Ya na ma me no 1 week. Ewo muzama wa agona nkwanta ntimi fia. Me ko na akata my brother na echi na etimi na eja na watweda no enyina ya atena fom na ya twatwa adwen ma America na de ebusuafo nyina no mama won yakọ DJ Ntwi ade atonania munua season ai na eja owude oka nimpa na abrabọ ho ofamiye ho yeyifiye ho a onyeye ano na brofo no ya otaka death is inevitable ye no hwe a onke yeye baba baka ye ho ya de odu baby a osere ye embrace na ye jitu entwi ana pay mo yakọ ifia no be fie na ya tsafom na 18 komo all right then ma mra our west coast next no nde osenka for wa divert kakra anka usually no get the topical issues ni ready to form here discuss the political commentators number another omampanyin his excellency John Dramani Mahama or address your man muni na on the media men share within komo and the political commentators no waba we will assess the whole address. We will look at the highs and the lows. Baby esu so do man pain nansan kan no toye na akoma pondo baby esu so de wan toye na akoma pondo ina ya ba dwendwen ho a baby ano ye hu kakra ne tam wo bisa na state of emergency na or come blue waters na ye bezi hu komo wa ha painful vacancy. Yes, exchange program be about for small scale miners. A small scale miner on your dawa. That's a question for another day. A bubble wasn't yakaka yan when you see for her. If you are the one crater and apple and apple, yes, I bro. And there, a year with that. I am had much now near by discuss the issue. Why in some send you if you were about. Can't think about bottle, but I had much now. Yaba discuss aha the West Coast TV me that's the way free na that one me sure on your kese on bon ho ban on ton so pengu bi biara ere do usanda no pay in yanam yes yanyo banam aha na obiara hwe aha na obiara ozena comment ba mama ndam ho tew maba ya kaka yan ho yetu yan ho welcome back to Coastal Morning on West Coast TV. Now na pay e gudu aye didin komo wa ha nde. Ye ka ka ye hu ni ahye ye hu kwan. Ye ba fa ye nkran hyesem no ye ze fi oye ahantafo homa. Ninchichem du ba ko. Itiri ni edu ba ko ninchichem anan. O afi 2025 imo. E be din komo wa ha na ye ka ka ye hu na me ka che one there. Ndana pay Osankafone say the most underrated skill in life is to keep showing up, even when you don't feel like it. But I quite genuine. But my general can still. Or say, skill la. Ye buna bonfia. Awo oye obrefia wa asase do. Onenye ebotọ akoda na eyiwe nim. Abra even mpo say in feel it there you know ebeye mpo a na eyiwe nim. Ono no mokwa abro wo ko bisa no. Na abro wa kede. You see abra ya yereboy ogu mu ahodo na ne nchiche mu bebre kwa. Sometimes our particular situation being or your duty or your said or your shed there or today. No mum on your like crunching you me there, but I can wanna I can't damage you mezzino. But Abibiara etokondoko na ikodi juma. Abibia se etokondoko na ikodi juma. Obobua ma nzama ayekama o. Ono na Osankafone kede. It is the most underrated skill. Na mum say enjoy na etokodo ya. You will see that consistency. Obobua experience will help you to grow and become a master of your game. Aware team, aware shem. If you are na eyobia we need your ball bon. But I bomodin e bobi. Na mom ball na adodo na kedo e talent. Wan fa bia wo. Ekwaye ko ball kra wasre wo pe ejen. Krache. Owo mote. Obi nso oboto akodo we train. At the end of the day, you become the master of the game. So currently, no, in your anumia on angasa what the ball na bear no. Wasn't she say be that one there, born on put it on your talent and pobiomo. Watch away bohunobo. Isua ibohunobo. It's be biara biano, isua ibohuni. No mum keep showing up. Obobwa betim na akoweni. All right. Madase. The eje penny. Ehwe me futu semi bi. Ye ka ka ye hu. Ewo West Coast TV. Ndana pe. Madase bebre. The etim na aboa. Na ye ze dwumeti. Ye da baba kansa. Meetings Benjamin Kobiafa. On chair, Ibo Rim. Now yet today we won't crack 10 apple yes, bro. Coast, we have a friend Cosmos Abaka answer. I'm on quite a man of Quabani and Zincomo. Bear, Kobe, not idea.
Oh, you're Mrs. Adomela.
The Beladiana.
The Beladiana. You're Juju, and Bazo. Zilika way, Mamma, I work it. Being Bany, Cabana, say a Cabacamania.
Sure,
it's the Beladiana one.
All right. Now, I'm a Kenny New Orleans area.
Man running the whole day in Hollywood. The service we are rendering to the people of Amandan in the nation, it should be very well. But then it's also part of it. Exactly. Where the car machine, it gets to a certain point, yeah, very kaga. Mintimort numa work then you refuel within the night. The next morning you keep going, working for Amandan in Madagascar. So, yes, yeah, I got up.
All right. I'm on wife, you want to do.
I think Almania exactly the same question.
Maybe the same question.
What is that? Okay, you asked a question around wifeism.
Is it wifeism? Hey, oh, Debbie. Hey, but terrible. I need to ask your question.
Oh, question the answer lemba
But market yellow ku market so I keep bunko market but
okay, mommy ho.
All right, Cosmos, your link come on. I'm His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He addressed the press. He addressed Ghanaians through the press. You know, what were some of the highlights? Some of the things which caught your attention during the address?
Kobe, my viewers say, yeah, na yala basic every morning, being data and internet access.
Sure.
Na baba as we bring them the Coastal Morning Show. Manumane ye dibenya made ye first gentleman of the land, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Mount stage in any the media be engage. A lot of the mommy I've said one major area more say administration Bella. Compared the current administration made as a mounted platform Bella Semkra. Mele the fight against Galamsey. Because Medake I am an environmentalist.
No, okay.
It is somebody who believes in environmental conservation. Say there is a national discussion here. I'll be looking out for the discussion that is centered around the environment. Keenly among the mele ye Galamsey fighting. Malmani yedibeya ihane yokubebre. One of them ihane ise. Zomke ale. But the man license bella. Not even a single license has been issued in any forest reserve. Can't get the mining industries and okay, yes, small scale mining. The more in my also galamsey issue, a guy very critical mela. First of all, the devastation more be caused to your environment. Yeah, for environment, yeah, the forest and your water bodies. Say a hali as less and quezupua. And I believe seeing issues with them poor, a layer too much. But then forest reserve. But when the last tree dies, the last man dies.
Yeah.
It's a profound statement that tells us Oudo made the tree. Ni here Oudo to survive. Oudo my oxygen, my tree fear near. And CFR carbon dioxide the feather upon one. Idi Oudo my sweat carbon dioxide if I feel atmosphere.
Sure.
Yeah, and I came and mammy a train. If you do your carbon dioxide, if I feel more, the content of our mamma the baba mocky a tree you could into Odo made the tree the very important if I'm into okay everything possible. And most of say Kenya Udo the Kakmo be Jinji Baba inside the forest. Say your access to mammy in Keba Hawken about mine, it tells us they're going to cut down those trees. Now as on forest, you know, and I call the Edibenya may the to first of all. Biela say if somebody is mining in a forest reserve, yeah.
Any license?
Yes. There's difference between a forest and a forest reserve.
Yeah.
Forest reserve, the kind of man you lay down care, you be danke, you love your sakai. Your forest, the normal place more in the baby brain, you know, zero. So the okay, the difference is too. In my head, they took a Biela Lenyan licenses and I can access into the forest reserve.
Okay.
So Biela Lenyan licenses, na Biela Lenyan access into the forest reserve. Yeah. Many more licenses in the previous years into the forest reserve. What is happening to them?
Okay.
Are they going to cease operation? Is there going to be a call? Okay, Mama Biela enter forest in the Dokun. The whole discussion around the state of emergency nowadays. Alamane ye president man ye dire to ke malabebre waka ma we've not exhausted them. Inti yellow crack ye ko zoom in straight away into a total state of emergency. Mame, say yellow kwa kenimpo. There are areas more he should categorically state care. This A, B, C, D park, reserve, forest, national parks, ni omo yeni nzuronu. These areas me mama bira konmo for now until ke yakaba A, B, C, D yakaba ke dance and sana. Say if you deserve ke yakaba my access into any of these areas here okay yako. But how much Kampala you relax, you fight nzuronu die de kama how much you fight azre nu die me. A lot of us you kuno adwolo mo because you cause you ko wakala you kire zola by time mo yanyika yanzo ni ne nzuremu almost ene. It's very difficult to find nzuro as in either stream and a river or western region mo nyanyi e de baba. I said this some time ago, okay? Say I careful Mokramos Kampala Bulu around 7, 6, 8 years. In 7, 8 years time, maybe okabekeli 14, 15, 16 more. Maybe okabaka kabon nzuro baba ni. Sebe badjo ni ke the natural color of nzuro mele aziejo nzure anake bonsa nzure anake Ankobra nzure. Yes, simply because zomkaba wolebe. Most of nzuro mo bon mu it did that color. This year, crab pa western region work running work or south, especially areas more galamsey, ilendinine. They may be thinking ke nzuro. Ke botubula, bo pipe, bon most more buying that the idioka they will accept that one, but stream and a river. Okay. So by badging ke in natural color.
Le
brown because come on mom, but will ya no drew money I ain't taking. Ozonzuru mela pramaze ya wona mane ya yente dike be post there ya wona mane ya yente bonsa ya wona mane ya yente and cobra ya wona mane ya yente yes camper ya agent we appreciate ke yazo de kabi edukia but the minimum we cry they may not appreciate simply because all the nzuru ya yema na dey but won be okay so you may get to a point more they will be thinking ke river, streams, or zoba in India.
Okay, you were satisfied with a explanation on people calling for the state of emergency. You were satisfied with that?
David. Huh? Oh, satisfied, camera.
Okay, we've not exhausted all the laws.
I agree with him, Ke. Yele exhausted, malemo really.
But then he was calling for a state of emergency.
Okay, so the Almani, when that question was asked, I was asking myself a question, okay? When they were in opposition, was it a categorical statement and a categorical call from the president himself and now some element in the NDC? Almani, it wasn't the NDC party. Biza questions here. Yes. You were asking the first gentleman of the land, the president. Sure. Mame, Mate, care is that it can be a care. There should be a state of emergency. Say nankai hanibia. Okay, let me put it this way. Say a hanibia. Then anumani ojuko me ehanhweliye. Eleye eni yekeli buo because say anumani won care there should be a state of emergency. Man ne. Yeah, I won't care there should be a state of emergency. But truth be told, Mezame, I never for one saw, heard, and I can read anything related to the president more. He was calling for a state of emergency.
Okay.
Say be okay as what they are. Then I'm my your president. Would you come and hand here care? We've not exhausted the Malame Guaze surrounding Galamsey.
Yeah.
Into Yellow calling for a state of emergency. Then he lay a cage in the cacon. There were a principles in. Yes, because Almania hand care there should be a state of emergency. You are saying care there shouldn't be a state of emergency.
Maybe what can you? That was the time more. That was a critical moment more in your state of emergency.
Medial money.
Yeah, but
right, but there's nothing that has changed significantly when it comes to the fight against Galamsey.
Are you sure?
David. the bill are significant barely changing. Scam people. We are mining and destroying your water bodies in the forest with impunity, the gravity, and the aggressiveness with which more ye lay mining post. Scam people, you know. Come on, men, come kumbe. You must baga. Until the aggressiveness with which mobile mining po, it is serious. Until there's nothing that has changed. The bill lessons on it. Until some man in a state of emergency and Nelson, here be. But I'm not calling and I can hold the president is so strict because Matica can be.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Malawasi, I think there is a report here. Is it from GBC?
Okay.
Yeah, which was filed by, I think, Henrietta Afo on October 18th. Former President John Dramani Mahama has called on government to declare a state of emergency.
Okay, so if a GBC report you don't know then president needs to come again. Oh yes.
Oh.
Said no hala, he needs to come again because you called for a state of emergency yesterday. But yeah, you didn't president I call for the time. Had they exhausted all the Malamani a war Galamsey issue when
every work at that time it was very ravaging, like very serious more idienya. But in the me by the power every work you need the Diane in the more Boguazo Bokun, Bokun and Jekenjeke more bonke scampele me. The Kama we brought blue water guards. Oh yeah. But the blue water guards, they've trained, I think, 600 or 800. They want to train 20,000 so that, as time goes by, you could see care. But the river Simuako, your water body Simuako, they will guard them. And then they proposed, I think, an exchange program for small-scale miners who will be going to Australia to go and learn proper mining over there. Don't you think some of these things... Ebuama state of emergency more in okay, the former president he brought blue water guards and also took small scale miners to Australia for training. There won't be any call for state of emergency at that time.
It was Kampala when he took over. It was January 7th. From January 7th up to time more, even ministers say they were set up. All the other institutions more okay but Buama yeah fight together and say we set up blue water gas be training benade. If indeed he believed in the calling for state of emergency during that time when the bill said that you might your power you should have called for state of emergency.
Okay.
Because say me can discussing more it's something to go by. You called on an administration to call for a state of emergency. Nyame adome power will lose. Those people did not call for any state of emergency. How will it be as a then near the blah. So if you believe strongly in the principle in your own principle care, there should be state of emergency. The president should have called for state of emergency then. And sign a certain even that said, Mommy, the fight against Galamsey, what is happening? It's not something more near only be
Sure.
Whatever happened in the past is the same thing happening. Many but many army asa. Next case can people buy the excavator. The excavator is some time ago. The last time me do a Tacohan is actually Simpa Junction.
Yeah.
Junction more a branch called Bamiango. Jura can decide. Excavators be bridging. They've moved all the excavators. And it's not they've moved them movable or you. I saw civilians because military ever born more banya. I saw civilians more with other track basis to be first a low bed best as excavators changing as well. It's simple test you can in more by
Okay.
I saw Chinese say the Okabakan okay. Ghana and ever Ghana Makaba they were Chinese there. More Beijing excavator and more Bekura and more they were moving the excavators from that place.
Can be working a Chinese me Bob Boama Beck excavators working.
Bakabako.
Belaboko.
Menupoma okay. You deal with them critically when it comes to the fight against Galamsey. Made the Chinese near hands okay is the excavators. Yenny minimum about the technical know how inti. You cover Chinese, they have nothing to do when it comes to air transport here excavators. Inti mama dey me say report more GBC. And I believe GBC by report they will not publish as a state institution. They will not publish the Bula Kavakugwa by then the former president when he has not said it. Say I can't more nanka GBC might be published. Nanka you would call for a rejoinder and a disclaimer on that particular thing more. That means he said it during opposition. So
and even there were calls from Sero Ketia was also calling for state of emergency.
You see, initially, made discussion and like me argument like if these individuals called for state of emergency, none President Mahama Yejike questionnaire, we cannot call him and question him based on Ojokoma Sedun Ketiaha. Though they belong to the same party, unless of course they presented themselves as NDC. More ye demanding.
They presented themselves as NDC at that time.
Yes. Senanka president presenting okay NDC mo ye demanding the mana questions about my ya.
Okay.
Me nanka see bizabe.
But the NDC forms the government.
Me dem ten mo. Mami, me personal principle in life. Say me hold more accountable. I'm going to hold you accountable based on your own words, not one maybe and somebody affiliated to you a west. Unless I buy, I'm me dey to care Abba in the name of Wabuswan. Nti biela ni ojoko bila me how Wabuswan ni. I can question you on it.
Okay.
Say it is what they are personally hold those out. Always accountable. Time treat. Now I'm calling for Wabuswan. Why they said certain things? I'll call the Wabuswan, not you as a person.
Okay.
Me first argument. But compare GBC my own care is Epo in Hanibie. If a Hanibie in opposition, I'm renting money. Your president there's no need.
We've not exhausted all the laws surrounding this mining thing. So,
but then maybe exhausted the laws surrounding the fight for Galamsey.
Mama may take two in one breath. Maybe what can you also time the rate at which
how many men winning?
Yes.
Can make this Kampala. But Mamsum as a citizen of Ghana. Galamsey Ghana. Let's use a Hunter West as a case study. Next campaign, Galamsey, how much go to Galamsey or Hunter West in the last 1 year? It's more serious than how Galamsey was in a Hunter West.
Level of impunity.
Me say Kwamukuma anymore. Yeah, but that's been opportunity, but that's about that.
Okay, but that's
so many money bo can any be okay ba yi jikin but campaign Kwamukuma many. Yeah, but that's more okay. Mami, Samela Hunter West, I'm going to tell you ke Galamsey po ekwasoro. Because Hunter West Galamsey 3 years ago. Ni iwe forest inside bush
ni me di rock say
aluwa hanepe from apimenim to abra aluwa hanepe between adwuma koni ade oso a hanepe la you can see
with some
atwanwa these places call for bosu ane that enclave about 5 years ago about 4 years ago ni Galamsey dike scampala Scamper, a Tricania to bush inside. Yes. Until you can't tell me Scampala, Galamsey was as compared to before. Galamsey Melanie Jazo. You should not be tickling ourselves and be laughing, Galamsey. Galamsey, me. I just had to be more. I don't know, you only think about your party. Yeah, the face of your party, Umila. Yeah, can Galamsey. Galamsey made it like there.
Okay. All right, Cosmos, I'll say on that bit. I think political communicators about but that's also about for bed there before betokwa. But you wall on mona you the ubon crater no yan shana pod na pod yan fama or your ashefo. You best start off from the Chronicle. The Chronicle and pay more oracle or say Agona West delegates rally behind Brian Achampon Mewakea. Then ex-Niger Delta militant group members arrested for allegedly plotting to embark on kidnapping business in Ghana. Hey!
Never, I can get first near to get by all the cabin.
Military invade Manson Mpatuum as residents flee for safety. Okay, made Hey, Cosmos.
Kobe. Yeah, my military there more basically invade man so There's an excavator there, and there's another car.
Yeah, more baby.
I seriously wouldn't be surprised that this is related to Galamsey.
Yeah.
To Galamsey issue. I just said you map a article ya can ke Galamsey.
Mansum patom we cry say it was somewhere around Tontokrom. Say Benny Tontokrom, yeah.
Mr. Mammy, there once me and excavator okay. The excavator and the excavator belay on one. When we are found care, the Kakume contis, ya poke article, ya oya kake, Galamsey, quasi there, Nikeke. I'm there, so I'm there. You hear, I gonna West delegates, basically rally behind ye the Brian Champion. Kobe, it appears Brian Champion, the race in one daily no more. Yeah. I've had the opportunity to encounter NPP delegate B. You have 10 points. Sure. About 3 of them are rooting for Brian Champion. Yeah. First, the debate was just Canada, Japan. You debate about Canada, Japan. You debate about Scamper. You take some NDC delegates, and a lot of them, and some of them, significant number of them, they are rooting for Brian Champion. Say, like say Johnny dey be mehan ke fear delegates. Na say e ko genuine support for Brian here. That means ke NDC be MPP, sorry. Be race dynamics say sinza. Okay. Numbers mum bi on benyane say ozro crap pa. They are a minimum encounter bay. Say be kem ke is camp about Brian mu is am bo we na. Then they point to a particular camp. Let me say hey, how cares Kampala? A lot of people are moving from this particular camp to Brian Champion. Into his camp make care MPP be racy on more very tight. All that I wish like
say peaceful, huh?
All of them will tone down on the personal attack. Mommy, I'm looking at her primary boy. The unity that they would need to present themselves against the NDC. Whatever be the case in it, no matter their differences in terms of ideology now, how more Ghana be governing, they should be measured in the outrances. After the election, they can have the united front and face NDC. Ex Niger Delta militant group members arrested. That's very good. Being in the military and like a police mobile because you can't be sitting here. Nambion was Buchwazo. Nabaramani. I think for the past 3 months, Akadila Eyimini, Yakonia new, yeah. Akadila Eyimini, Yakon Dok new. I'm the man, my mobile no attack ready. Up to date. I keep on saying, when some of these stories come up, I still news, I start to get the story. But Oga, when Mabega or home bega is involved in this thing, it goes beyond just a news item and like a story. It's a boy, police.
Like, how did we get here?
Okay, scamper money, you could minister. Subani may bula say difference be brave, but Kobe. We will definitely get to a certain point. It only depends on your security services. Say also they be back. Bakora bekejina bajazo, they will be up to the task now. But make sure also they be ele kozuro anake ele sekemani be brave. It will happen, but police they've intervened. It happen may be say be happen.
We are sitting on a timing bomb here.
Oh yes, me. Especially how more you minimize by flood the markets more.
Like they come here kind some time ago. I call certain sites be there wherever like minimum bozo Ghana ke.
Yes.
Maybe jima or small scale mining site.
Scamper even minimum by POP. A lot of them
bozo Benin
Togo. Meanwhile, this sort of injiman jiken. It's a foreigner be back. There's a threshold in any more. Alman is out. News. Is it Abosu kind of some area be Kumasi and Ghana? I think in Ghana. Minimum Ghana mambo or Kenny. Basically, Nigerian counterparty, Benny Libo, or pricing of items. It's about forced to shut down the stores. I think Malaya say. You did this right from the beginning because
retailers
scamper more. You might be add on to this time.